Angelo and Pagano started out together when they were kids. They hung around a local crew, running errands and doing whatever until one day a guy in the crew took them along on some collections. Angelo would drive the guy to the pickups and Joey Pagano would sit in the back of the car. That went on for a while. Then the guy took Pagano in with them to do some of the collections while Pagano sat in the car, and that went on for a while too. One day the guy let Pagano sit in the passenger seat while Angelo drove and the guy sat in the back. When they pulled up to Garruto's pork store, the guy told Pagano and Angelo to go in and get the money. Pagano was in there a dozen times with the guy, and Mr. Garruto knew Pagano was with the guy, and anyway, the guy's car was right out front of Garruto's store window where anyone could see the guy sitting in the car if they wanted to look. Angelo didn't tell that story too often, but when he did, it went something like this. He'd say, "We were pissing our pants the whole walk into Garruto's. 2 kids. I barely had my driver's license. What if Mr. Garruto didn't want to give us the money? The guy would have to come in. Then we'd be standing there like 2 schmucks, me and Pagano." Anyway, so we get out of the car and Pagano goes in first and I follow him. I figure he knows what he's doing. He was the one who went in with the guy all those times. Well, we get in there and Mr. Garruto is standing behind the counter in that bloody butcher smock thing he wears, and we're all just staring at each other. Pagano says nothing. Finally, Mr. Garruto says, "So what is it? What are you here for? Your mother sent you here for some sausage?" Well, Pagano gets this look on his face like he's going to blow a steam pipe. I saw that and decided I better do the talking. I step up to the counter and say, "Mr. Garruto, you know it's Friday, and we're here to collect the money." Well, Garruto leans over to the side to look around me and he sees the guy in the car. The guy in the car must have signaled him that it was okay to give us the money because Garruto nodded. We didn't know what was going on. We thought we were doing our first shakedown. Then Garruto looks at me over his glasses and says, "So this is the way it is now. You kids know what you're doing here, right?" I say, "Yeah, we know." He stares at me over those glasses and pulls the envelope out of his pants pocket and throws it on the counter and says, "Okay, there you go. Take it." I pick up the envelope and I say, "Thanks, Mr. Garruto." Well, I turn around and Pagano has his best mean face on, which looks more like a baby about to cry, and Garruto says, "Yeah, and that one there looks like he just filled his diaper." Well, Pagano starts to take a step forward, and I stop him and turn him around and out the door. No one says nothing. We get back in the car and give the guy his envelope, and that was that. That's how we got started, me and Pagano.